Was geht, meine Freunde? Und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer neuen Folge von der Haus der Fata Morgana. Wir sind heute in der 90. Folge. Letztes Mal haben wir Mel's Story zu Ende gespielt. Wie sieht's auch aber hier, Freunde? Wie Mel sagt, that is how I ended up here. Ja, Freunde, er hat jetzt gerade Nelly und Michael erzählt, falls ihr es vergessen habt, Freunde. Ja, nimmt schon mal den Like-Button auseinander. Nee, nimmt schon mal den... Nimmt den Like-Button auseinander.
Ja, übrigens, wir sind jetzt so, wir wissen ja, wir haben 3 Tage Deadline, bis wir,
Bis Morganas Death.
genau. Und bis dahin ist es safe so, dass wir am ersten Tag
Ja,
zu Mel sehen seine Story.
Day per Day halt.
Ja, genau.
Die...
Und immer dann, denkst du als nächstes Yukimasa oder? Nee, doch klar, Yukimasa wegen
Der zweite.
1,
Ja, aber eigentlich von der Gefährlichkeit...
also das Swordsman.
Ja, so hat es auch der Man in Painting gesagt, so sollte man gehen. Aber kann auch sein, dass,
Wir müssen checken.
ja. Aber ich würde dann einfach trotzdem zu Yukimasa gehen, aber keine Ahnung, wir müssen dann, safe bei Yukimasa wird richtig oft so sein, wir werden Dead End erreichen, wenn wir eine falsche Entscheidung nehmen. Und dann, ja. Egal, Freunde, mittendrin schon dabei, let's go.
And that is how I ended up here.
Ach stimmt, Giselle ist ja auch dabei.
So he was threatened. He didn't actually want to cause Morgana harm.
That doesn't excuse what he's done, though.
See, what did I tell you? I'm not at all the brother you thought I was. Mock me, ridicule me,
Mock.
call me worthless, a coward, a terrible person. Go on, what are you waiting for?
But you were threatened, Mel. He said he would hurt me, hurt you. That's the only reason you went along with him. You didn't do anything wrong, dearest Mel. The other man is the bad guy, not you. Ja, der other guy hat gut zusammenbefolgt Befehle, der hat Befehle vom Lord befolgt. You did the best you could. You didn't have a choice. The terrible man forced you to do everything.
Nelly.
You didn't do anything wrong, dearest man.
No, I didn't. I didn't do anything wrong. I had no other choice.
That's not true. All you're doing is closing your eyes.
What?
You mustn't coddle yourself.
What was I supposed to do then?
Don't be mean to my man. Did you really do the best you could? Did you even once try to do something about the situation, as hopeless as it may have seemed?
Nah.
Could you not even conceive any other options? Could you not have come up with something else to say at Morgana's house?
Das habe ich mir auch gedacht. Das ist die eine Sache, wo er hätte sich irgendwie warnen können oder so, aber ich weiß auch nicht.
Something that might have given her even the slightest clue she was in danger!
But
When she opened your door, did you do anything? Did you even so much as attempt to stop him?
my legs were shaking so bad I couldn't move.
Excuses!
There's no way I could have stopped him.
Then at the very least, you shouldn't have fled. You should have stayed and told her the truth. That you weren't there willingly, and maybe she wouldn't have felt so utterly betrayed.
But he was there. You think I could have actually stayed there with him? Not a chance. And it's not like Morgana would have.
She opened the door because she trusted you.
Nah.
She isn't the easiest person to read, but she was opening up to you. And what did you do with that trust? Stop it, please! You've made your point. It's not all Mel's fault either. If anything, he's a victim. He was just trying to protect me. Were you listening to anything he said, Nelly? You were not Mel's first priority. He did what he did for his own sake.
What do you expect me to do? Pull courage I don't have out of thin air? What's so wrong with self-preservation? There was nothing I could have done to stop him. I'd love to see you try and do any better. Then maybe you'll understand how scared I was. How little I could have done. It must be nice to be an outsider, to talk about my experiences like you know anything. Analyze my decisions, go on about what I should have done. You don't have a damn clue how terrifying it all was. How I felt having to go through it. Oh yeah, you're right. It sure would be the courageous thing to do, to sacrifice your life for someone else. But you know what? People like that only exist in stories. Except you don't actually understand that. You just want to give me crap for not being perfect.
Do you want my pity? Is that all you want? If I tell you I feel bad for you and oh, how hard it must have been, will that satisfy you? Do you not want to know what you can do now?
What's even left to do? Nothing I do is going to make a situation any better. It won't make her arm come back.
All is not yet lost. Open your eyes. Take a look. Take a good long look inside yourself. Mach die Augen auf. Mach die Augen auf. Think about what you can do. Stop sitting on your hands telling yourself it's too late. There's still time to make a difference. You just have to commit to act. I don't think you're an especially bad or cowardly person. I think you're an ordinary young man. It might sound like I'm telling you to do the impossible, but soon the time will come when you must make your choice. When you must stand up and take some responsibility for what you've done. No one's childhood lasts forever. The good days are long behind you forever, and before you ever realize they've passed. When faced with the consequences of your actions, you should not have turned and run, but held yourself accountable. It is perhaps a disproportionately large burden for you to bear, but it's fast approaching, and you need to make a decision. Find your courage. Set Morgana free. Mel. Mel.
But even if I open the door for her, it's too little too late. She'll never forgive me after.
Is her forgiveness the reason you should act? No, it's penance for what you've done to her. Atonement for your sins. Whether she forgives you or not is beside the point. The question on the table right now is whether you are going to do the right thing.
And what about her blood? Without Saint's blood, Nelly won't.
You don't. You don't have to worry about me, dearest Mel. My life isn't so important that I want to take someone else's away to keep it. I think about what I can do to help too. It's partially my fault after all. So please, Mel, set the Saintess free. Sie ist immer noch von der Conception, dass sie Saint ist und... Aber das haben wir doch erzählt. Hier.
No.
Your quiet life is built on a foundation of lies. And I know that by now you've realized there's no real value in a life like that. You wanted to do something about this. You sought salvation.
Salvation. But who would give it to me?
I already told you I would.
Why?
Because I promised you.
And you expect me to believe that?
Yes. If you choose to sit here and wallow in your regret, there's no going back. Now is your only chance to make a change. Mel.
Yeah. Oh, alright. I'll help. I'll help you set her free.
Dearest Mel.
I knew all along that was what I needed to do. And I could never bring myself to act on it. There was no way I could accomplish anything alone. I'm basically hopeless on my own, helpless on my own. Everything about this is so completely outside anything I've ever had to deal with before. So I had no way of having an idea what I was supposed to do about it. God can be pretty cruel. Why would he force a boy like me to make such a difficult choice?
Yes, he can be. You were made to be part of a more normal, a less tumultuous world. But you've come too far to go back to that. So the least you can do is change the world you're in now.
Yeah. I doubt I need to remind you. But you know, you can't get in with only my key. You need all three, and the other two, they don't feel an ounce of remorse. Taking their keys won't be easy.
Easy or not, we have to get them. And I'm sure there's a way. There must be.
Just so we're clear, you're not going to overpower them. The guy with the swords is much stronger than you, and he knows how to use a blade. And he's the Lord's bodyguard, so you're not getting near the Lord either. Even the two of us together wouldn't stand a chance against him. You seem pretty weak from the looks of you. Who knows, maybe I am stronger than you?
God, I really do want to hit this boy.
Mich jetzt hate will. Deep breaths, Michel. Deep breaths.
I will kill him. There must be some way we can get their keys. I know they both have people they're close to.
Huh? People they're close to?
We can talk about that later. Now that you've made your decision, talking with me isn't your top priority, is it? Man!
Nelly, I'm sorry for involving you in all this. And I'm really sorry for being, well, what I am. I'm no prince, that's for sure.
You always were my prince though. Dearest Mel, you did your best to be the brother I wanted you to be.
Honestly, I adored the way you fawned over me. All that affection just felt so good.
What?
It made me feel like I was special, important, having someone to care for, to pamper. It was empowering. That's the kind of guy your brother is. If someone else, some other girl were ever to show up and call me her prince, say she loved me, I would probably try and act like a prince for her too.
Why would you say that?
So, this white-haired girl then. Because all this, it's been so hard on me, such a huge weight on my shoulders, that ever so often I would think, just how much easier would it be if I could get rid of her? If Morgana was just a regular girl, not a saint or witch or any of that, just a pretty girl about my age, she might have been the one getting all my attention instead of you. That's who I am.
That's not you, dearest man. You're just beating yourself up. Maybe you would have chosen her over me, but that wouldn't make you any less of a kind man.
How can you say that after everything I just told you?
Because Mel,
Tell me how despicable I am, Nelly. I'm not the brother you once adored anymore, am I?
You're not what I thought you were. But you're still my one and only brother. That will never change, no matter what kind of person you become. It was wrong of me to try and make you into my prince, dear Mel.
So gewöhnt an dearest man.
I should have done my job as your one and only sister in the whole wide world. Been there to help you as much as you helped me. I kept pushing my fairy tale fantasies onto you. And you did your best to live up to them, and I ended up forcing you to pretend to be someone you're not.
That's not true, Nelly. I enjoyed feeling idolized.
But you knew it couldn't last forever, didn't you? I should have been beside you, not looking up at you. I let you coddle me. I let myself indulge in your love. I thought everything would be alright as long as you kept telling me how adorable I was. They were like magic words to me. I kept my eyes shut. Mel, starting today, I'm going to do my best to be your sister. I'm all done holding you to fairy tale ideals. I won't make you pretend to be a prince for me anymore. And I won't try to be your princess either. I'm just going to be your little sister. So get back on your feet, Dad. So get back on your feet and stand tall, dearest Mel. I know you'll probably have to pay for what you've done when the Saintess goes free. But I know, and I know I'll probably cry about it for days. But I won't regret making that decision.
Well, I don't know what to say. I wasn't expecting you to handle this so maturely. You're putting your big brother to shame, Nelly.
Mother once told me that girls grow up faster than boys.
She was right about that. Thank you, Nelly. And I thank you for it, Nelly. For accepting me in spite of all the awful things I've done. And for having me as your brother.
You're quite welcome, dearest Mel. Michael muss sich das hier anschauen.
Oh, the comic's back. I love it. Well, it looks like that's one problem solved.
They finally reached a point in their relationship where they belong. Gucken, ob es jetzt ein neuer Punkt ist. Ne, immer noch his story. If she could have come to terms with herself sooner, come to an understanding with him, then maybe she could have reeled in her ideals before she lost control of them. So ein geiler Soundtrack, Freunde.
Yeah, maybe. This Nelly and the other Nelly seem to be of the same essence. They both have a somewhat excessive love for their brothers. And that love expressed itself by transforming him into a prince.
If she could have done the same thing then as she did here, then maybe their tragedy could have been avoided.
This is before then, though. Since they were able to fix things up in this life, maybe it'll have a positive effect on their next life. This could change the future.
They may share the same souls, but they lived in completely different times. Do you really think something like this could have any effect on the lives of people hundreds of years from now?
There's no way to be certain, of course, but considering how tightly the two seem to be bound, I doubt it will have no effect. I hope it has some effect.
Giselle.
I was there in the mansion as it all happened, and I just stood by and watched. I felt so guilty about that. I feel so guilty about that. If I had done something, then maybe it wouldn't have turned out like that. I hate what I was then. What I was until just recently.
You made.
From the memories I left imprinted throughout the mansions. From the memories left imprinted throughout the mansions, I showed you bits and pieces of their lives. And as I told you their tale, the only thing I contributed was disparaging commentary.
Yeah.
True.
I don't feel like you were that critical of them.
I absolutely was. I talked about them like they were somehow beneath me.
Yes, you did occasionally offer an opinion on someone or something you showed me beyond the doors. But the fact that you were mostly detached from the events there is what allowed me to get to the core of their characters. If you hadn't been in the position you were, so you could tell me the story the way you did, I would never have been able to talk them into helping. You contributed more than criticism. Your words weren't for nothing. They made this possible.
It makes me feel a lot better, hearing that from you.
And if you still regret your inaction, then make up for it now by taking action here, and have faith that it will bear fruit in the next lives.
I will.
Scheiße.
I wonder if Morgana might have a change of heart too. It's not like Mel wanted to bring her so much pain. He deeply regrets what he did, so maybe she won't bear quite as much resentment for him when she learns that. Yes, I know what you're going to say. If that was enough to assuage her...
SUH, oder nicht?
So, SUH.
Oder SUH.
Nochmal Aussprache auch.
Beschwichtigen. SUH.
SUH, okay. Programm dieses Wort irgendwie. Yeah. If that was enough to SUH her, she wouldn't have beschwichtigen, yeah? She wouldn't have held on to her hatred for all those hundreds of years. Still though, I hope it does something for her, however small.
As do I.
It's pretty late, so I'm going to take Nelly back to the cottage.
Okay.
If you have some secret plan to get the other 2 keys, could you fill me in on it tomorrow?
Sure.
Also, I could get you another room if you wanted.
Ah, also wirklich hier diesen Scheiß rumgesteckt, weil du uns nicht mochtest?
This one isn't the nicest.
Ah, no, it's fine. I've come to realize I'm more at home in less comfortable environments.
Michel? And I'm just imagining it, or was that am I just imagining it, or was that as depressing as it sounded?
That's not quite what I was going for.
Well, anyway, if you're fine with it, suit yourself. Say,
You wanna cook some crystal meth?
I've got one huge lingering question, if you wouldn't mind enlightening me.
Yes.
Why would you go to such lengths for me? You seem to know Morgana, so I can understand why you would be fighting for her. But me? I had a part in putting her in that tower. You would have every reason to hate me. So why would you want to help me?
If this was all it took for me to hate someone, I would curse every last man and woman in the world. I bear no animosity for you. And even if I did, you've committed to take action.
That doesn't explain why you were so concerned about us. It almost seemed like you actually cared about me and Nelly. But we're complete strangers. We just met today.
Because some part of me couldn't think of you as strangers anymore.
Huh?
That's right! When he came by this afternoon to talk, he didn't feel like a stranger to me either. I was weird, like he'd known me my whole life. So I made him into my second brother.
Your second brother?
You're more than welcome to change the order, Nelly. His face.
Yeah, man.
Make him number 2 and me number 1.
Ah, I wish I could join in and be big sister number 1.
I'll have to think about it. After all that, you might be number 1 material.
Whoa. Why is it even up for consideration?
Ja eben, man sollte direkt machen. Bastard. Joke. I'm just kidding, dearest man.
Geh zum Kanzler, sollte es gefeuert werden.
Das kannst du nicht tun erkennen.
Das will ich nicht machen.
Ah, stimmt, das ist nicht wahr.
10 Uhr spielen.
Ich werde zu vielfältig.
Oh.
Ja, Katja, ich bin ihm egal. Was war right?
Wir müssen nur noch die Tiere
Ja, boah, die wird so golden.
Ich hätte Bock, vielleicht heute so.
Ja, mal
Wenn
gucken.
wir hier fertig sind. Ich weiß nicht, wie lange wir noch brauchen.
Wenn du die Videos dann raussuchen wollen würdest, Digga,
Was?
mit deinem Fuß gegen meinen Fuß. Wenn du die Videos, kannst du so eine Playlist erstellen, wenn du magst, mit den Videos.
Ah, gute Idee. I'm still kind of confused. But anyway, I'm glad someone like you showed up. I've actually been praying every night for God to send someone who can get me out of this.
Get me out of here.
I really am useless all on my own.
Das ist korrekt.
Constantly looking for someone to help me, unable to do anything by myself. And trust me, I realize how pathetic that is. Now you must have had a pretty good life to be able to be so proactive in the face of adversity. You must have had a pretty good life, Michael.
I don't know about that one.
I bet you had everyone's respect, helped people in need, had plenty of friends who had your back. And and weren't tossed up by your family like I was.
Gut, er wird eingesperrt. Er wurde nicht tossed out, er wurde eingesperrt und dann wollten sie ihn töten.
You must have been incredibly blessed. I'm jealous, really. Yeah, and was that was so. Sorry, that came out of nowhere. I know. Nimmt es einfach so an und dann I'm jealous. Well, I should be going. See you tomorrow.
Good night, Michel. Brother number 2.
Aber Michel streitet es auch nicht ab, weil er will nicht darüber reden. So.
Good night. Ja, aber er hat doch keinen Bock jetzt etwas zu erzählen. Zeitverschwendung sozusagen. 3 Tage nur.
Ja, das ist ja die
Ich frage mich ja wirklich, wie zum Fick will er Yukimasa und Jacopo überzeugen? Also Mel hatte so Remorse, ne, wurde gesagt. Yukimasa macht es anscheinend so für Smiley, für ihn ist es Business einfach. Und Jacopo für ihn ist, glaube ich, auch einfach Business.
Das Einzige, was ich mir vorstellen kann, ist irgendwie, dass sie in eine Falle locken, wo er hatte noch so denkt, dass Mel auf seiner Seite ist. Wenn dann Mel irgendwie was sagt, jo, Yukimasa, ich brauch deine Hilfe hier und dann aus dem Hinterhalt.
Ja, aber bei Yukimasa,
irgendwie vergiften oder
nee. Yukimasa ist, glaube ich, mit der Saint, das ist ja Pauline. Also. Dann muss man sie überzeugen, dann überzeugt man Yukimasa und dann mit Yukimasa und Mel geht man zu Jacopo und der ist dann alleine. Wir brauchen ja Digga.
Stimmt.
Aber trotzdem, ne, mal schauen.
Mich? He didn't. He wasn't trying to be.
Yes, I know. I just thought it was rather funny.
Yeah.
I'm not taking a stand because I've been blessed. But because I've got nothing left to lose, I fight for Morgana because I understand what it's like to be tortured day after day. Having experienced the loss of my siblings, I didn't want the 2 of them to go through the same thing. If anything, it's those who have lost the most that are most likely to take action.
I'm not sure if you have realized this or not, Michael.
Hä? Hast du das vorgelesen oder habe ich dich gerade komplett falsch verstanden?
Was habe ich falsch gesagt?
Keine Ahnung, egal. Das auf. Leo?
But you've gotten to be a great deal more expressive since arriving in this area. Yeah. I can't see your face, but I can hear it in your voice, and I can feel it in your presence. So I'm sure it's showing there too. Making all sorts of faces I've never seen before. Some of the things you've lost, you seem to be getting back. So you can't say you've got nothing left to lose anymore. Promise me you'll let me see all these new faces for myself someday.
I will, I promise. If we can manage to destroy the mansion, that should release you from the curse, from its darkness, and allow us to see each other once again.
I trust you. I have faith we can do this.
Wait, but with the mansion's destruction, both our souls should be returned to the rightful places. Which would mean erased from existence. Giselle?
Hat er sich gerade nur zu sich selber gedacht? Also hat es gerade nicht so gehört, was er gesagt hat?
Ja, wenn's blau ist, schon. Aber am Ende kann die Gedanken auch hören oder so.
Also hat es nicht gehört.
Ja, eigentlich nicht, aber vielleicht schon.
What?
I just thought I sensed you grimacing.
So Grimasse, weißt du?
Ja, schon klar, aber so...
Dass man halt so eine Grimasse macht, so. Wow, you felt that?
What's the matter?
Sorry, I didn't want to bring down the mood. Hat sich genau das gleiche gerade gedacht auch.
Maybe.
It's just, well, and I know this is asking for the moon, but I was just thinking it would be nice if you had a life you could go back to.
If I did?
Yeah, I mean, Here you are, expressive as you've ever been, walking around outside, being around other people, talking to them, after all that time in the mansion, and without a life of your own to go back to. I'm sorry.
Ah!
I just, after seeing behind your door, and learning how cruel and inhumane your life was to you, I feel like the world could stand to do something good to make up for it.
Boah, diese Musik ist so geil, Freunde. It's done. All the good it needs to. I have someone who cares enough to lament my fate. What more could I ask for?
Michael.
Thank you, Giselle. You're not the only one who's asking for the moon, either. I wish I could have a life with you as the person I am now. And for that, knowing I have no future, feels worse than now than ever before.
Alrighty, that's enough moping around for one night. We should start planning for tomorrow. Things are definitely looking up. It only took one day to get Mel on our side. So let's keep it up and win over the other two. Win over wollen die.
Ja, win over, aber vielleicht müssen wir die einfach...
Killen und den Schlüssel taken.
Ja, nicht unbedingt killen, aber so knocken oder so. I would certainly like to, yes.
Fish! Where did all the confidence go?
The other two won't be nearly as easy to convince as Mel. I'm not even sure if we'll be able to talk them into helping. Huge.
We do have a pretty good idea who the swordsman in this for. Okay. We have a pretty good idea who the swordsman is in this for, though. The nun.
Ja, das ist korrekt.
So maybe we can get to him through her, yeah. We can always use that. Like we did today with Nelly and Mel.
Ja, aber was... Ja, okay. Ja, aber was ist dann beim Lord? Und da wollen wir den aber mit...
Ja, den kann man dann easy...
so, gib mir das Schlüssel!
Ja, easy.
Aber das sind nicht unsere Methoden.
Ja, doch. Wenn wir Kamazo an der Seite haben, können wir Jacobo schon so...
Scheiß auf die Freude. Maybe. Alright, then we start by approaching her tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan.
The Lord do. Him, I'm not so sure about.
Exactly,
Ja, eben.
yeah.
I'm assuming he's from behind the third door.
Yeah.
But we didn't run into anyone he was close with today.
Ja, weil die White Girl war.
Er hatte nur White Girl und Maid. Und Maid war ja... also nicht Maid, Maria. Und die war... ne Bitch. And in Morgana's telling of the events of the Harvest Festival, she only mentioned 5 people.
Let's see. The Lord. Also Mel.
Ja,
Nee,
Yukimasa,
nee.
Mel, Nelly, The Nun und Jacopo. Die 5 halt.
Also the Lord ist Jacopo.
Ja.
Swordsman,
Yukimasa.
Mel, Nelly and Nun.
There's one person unaccounted for. Huh?
We just haven't run into them yet, that's all. If he's the man from the third door, I can't imagine. She won't. Achso, White Girl. Be here too. Oder
Who's losing their confidence now?
meinten sie Maria? Nee, niemals.
Nee, ich glaube nicht. In any event, tomorrow we talk to the nun. Ja, doch, kann schon sein.
Obwohl,
Pauline,
eigentlich schon, weil
Pauline ist auch hier.
White Girl war ja in allen 3 Doors, warum sollten sie dann nur dritte Door erwähnen? Und Maria, die Bitch, wird schon wieder alles ruinieren.
In any event, tomorrow we talk to the nun. I only hope it goes as well as it did today.
You've got me, you don't have anything to worry about.
Ja, as well as it did today, Mel, aber da hast du nicht gesehen, wie wir hier als Player versagt haben einmal. Dead End.
Das kann ja auch. Or all things considered, you might not even need me.
No, I wouldn't say, by the way, that. I wouldn't say that. Wann spielt Barca?
9.
Okay.
You handled Mel pretty amazingly, though. Gegen Atletico. I'm not going to lie, my heart was pounding the whole time. I was afraid you were going to slip up and say something boneheaded.
Hey!
But you managed to keep it together, and I didn't have to come to the rescue.
Well...
I could make a book of quotes out of your performance today.
Oh, for the love of God, please don't!
So I'm not concerned at all. Say whatever you think is the right thing to say. I'm more than happy to sit back and watch.
The more you pile on the expectations, the more afraid it makes me that I'm going to trip up. Besides, I don't think I could have done any of that without you.
Why not?
Well, my life was hardly as pride-worthy as Mel seemed to think. So I didn't really feel like I had a right to talk to him like that. But knowing you were there, urging me on, was what allowed me to act without hesitation. So, thank you.
Hehe, no thanks necessary. But if you say so, then you're more than welcome. I'm glad I could be of assistance, if just a little.
Oh, that you were.
Now, let's keep this momentum up tomorrow. It's getting a bit late though, so you should probably get some sleep. What is it?
I kind of don't want to sleep.
What? Why not?
For somewhat childish reasons.
Are you sad you won't be able to hear my voice? Are you lonely, you poor, poor dear?
I am.
What? That's the last thing I expected you to admit to. Okay. Well, do you want to stay up and talk for a little longer then? Not too long though. You need to rest up for tomorrow. And who knows, maybe I'll show up in your dreams if you wish hard enough. Hehehe.
The fact that I'm even able to talk with Giselle right now is a miracle and a blessing. So, is it ever right for me to yearn for more, knowing I've already been granted such a great bounty?
Wie viel Berry?
Ja, 10 Jahren. I want to see her face as much as she wants. As much as he wants to see mine. She's infinitely more expressive than me, and I want a good, long look at all those many expressions up close. I want more than her voice. I want her whole body. I want to feel her warmth. In this era, I have all 5 of my senses in full working order, as I did when I was alive. Giselle, though, she doesn't. She remains dead. As lively as she may be now, that's one thing she did not get back. I truly wish she could have been here too. She would have certainly found more joy in her renewed life than me. And she certainly belongs under the sun far more than I do. But she, rather than me, was the one left behind in that realm of darkness. A fact that frustrates me immensely. In life, I would have considered her remark about seeing her in my dream silly and saccharine. But now, I very much hope it happens. Okay, schade. Oh, 3 days left until her death. Jetzt geht's rund 2, I guess.
Ja.
Ja, okay. Bisschen lang gedauert.
Ja, ist gut.
Ja. Schade, dass wir nicht sehen, worüber die so getalkt haben jetzt in der Nacht. Ne?
Ja, true.
Naja, okay, nächster Punkt, The Blood of the Saint. Let's go. Aber an der Stelle würde ich jetzt mal sagen, Freunde, nehmt die Like-Button auseinander, checkt in der Parts, Plays, Videos, Streams ab und geile Folge, Freunde der Freunde der Freunde der Freunde. Sehr cool, sehr nice, sehr fresh. Ja, einfach Wiederschauen und ciao.